I'm good, Tiger. How are you?
I'm all right. I want to correct something that you said. This is First Peter 4. So you said Christianity started about 200, 300 years after Jesus Christ. This is First Peter 4. And he says, if you are insulted for the name of Christ, you are blessed because the spirit of glory and of God rests on you. Make sure that none of you suffer as a murderer or a thief or evildoer or a troublesome meddler. But if anyone suffers as a Christian, he is not to be put to shame, but is to glorify God in his name. If Peter is calling himself a Christian during his lifetime, did Christianity start 200 to 300 years after?
So I'm as I say, I repeatedly say I'm not a biblical scholar, but the way I understand is after 200 or 300 years after the death of Christ, when the conference of Nicaea or Nancia, something like that happened,
Okay.
where the Trinity was established and Christ was given, godhood, and then from there the actual, like the established religion of Christianity was formed. That's how I know it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
Wrong.
but I'm saying from what I just read just now, if Peter is
Yeah, it
calling
makes
himself a
sense. It makes sense.
Christian, then it
Yeah.
means Christianity doesn't start 200 years, right?
Okay. Yeah. If
Yeah.
that is the case, yeah, it's
All
okay.
right. I want to also do something. Do you know what a parable is?
Yes, I do know. I do know what
Okay, so
parable
I'm
is.
going to read something to you and tell me whether this is a parable. Yeah? Because
Okay.
they've brought it up multiple times. You know, some people don't know how to read. And I'll read this very quickly. Okay. Now this is Luke 19, verse 11. Now while they were listening to these things, Jesus went on to tell a parable because he was near Jerusalem and they thought that the kingdom of God was going to appear immediately. So he said, a nobleman went to a distant country to receive a kingdom for himself and then returned, and to tell 10 of his slaves, and gave them 10 miners, and said to them, engage in a business until I come back. But his citizens hated him. By the way, this is the leader, hated him and sent a delegation after him, saying, we do not want this man to reign over us. And it happened that when he returned after receiving the kingdom, he ordered that these slaves to whom he had given the money be called to him, so that he might know how much they had made in business. So the first appeared, saying, Master, your miner has made 10 miners more. And he said to him, well done, good slave, because you have been faithful in very little. You are to be in authority over the 10 cities. Then the second came, saying, your miner, master, has made 5 miners. And he said to him also, and you are to be over 5 cities. Then another came, saying, Master, here is the miner which I kept put away in your cloth. For I was afraid of you, because you are a strict man. You take up what you did not lay down, and reap what you did not sow. So he said to him, from your own mouth I will judge you, you worthless slave. Did you know that I am a strict man, taking up what I did not lay down and reaping? Then why did you not put money in the bank, and have come, I would have collected interest? Then he said, the bystander, take the miner away from him and give it to the one who has 10 miners. And he said to him, Master, he has 10 miners already. I tell you that to everyone who has more shall be given, but from the one who does not have, even what he does not have shall be taken away. But these enemies of mine who did not want me to reign over them, bring them here and slay them in my presence. Quick question. Any of that statement, did Jesus say, bring my enemies in front of me so I can slay them?
No, no.
Oh, okay. Lie to people.
No. Like lying.
Do you think it's good to follow a man that allows you to lie to people?
I will not follow that. But it's like Tiger. For me, as soon as you invoke, I'm an atheist. Though I'm choosing Christ over Muhammad, but
Okay.
for me, both religion lies.
Yeah,
whether
no,
it
that's
is.
fine. I'm asking
Yeah.
you, I'm not asking you about whether both religion lies. I'm just asking you about if we're looking at example, because we're talking about examples of people who are good here, right?
Right,
So
right.
I'm bringing before you the evidence of certain characteristics. I'm just asking you, with your morality, would you follow, if you had to
No,
follow
no,
somebody, would you follow somebody that allows lying? No, right?
no.
Okay. So I've got another question to ask you because somebody brought it up. Let's say you were all knowing, right? And you could see the future. And there's a standard of 430 years, and you see people continuously repeating the same behavior, which means unaliving people, sacrificing people, doing all of this, right? And then let's say you could see the future, and in Schmittler, there was like 1,000 Schmittlers inside of one community. And you could see into the future, and you know that if these Schmittlers grew up to have power, they were going to unalive thousands and millions and billions of people on this earth. Would you let Schmittler grow into adulthood?
No, I won't.
Okay, thank you. So meaning if you could see into the future and you knew that Schmittler was going to grow up and become a T person, you would take them out before they could grow and cause havoc to other people, right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. There's another thing that was said by the last person. So bringing in the standards of God, right? Inside of the Old Testament, the standard is that anyone who disobeys God or disobeys the law of God shall be put to unaliving. Fine. When Jesus came, he took the death. Yeah. He took the standard of death and he put it upon himself. Do you expect Jesus to still be going and keeping a law that means unaliving people when he's already paid that?
No.
Okay, beautiful. So Jesus coming and saying, do not unalive people. Would this be a change in the character of somebody who was saying unalive before? Or would this be a change in the law?
For me, it will be change of in a law, I think.
Beautiful,
Or
because the standard has already been paid for.
the paper.
Yeah. Now let me read this again, because Muslims say that Jesus did not come to change the law. Let me read this. This is Matthew 5. Then we'll go into the character of Muhammad real quick. Jesus said this, do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I did not come to abolish, but to fulfill. You're a smart person, Chief. Chief, what does fulfillment mean?
To complete what is left, like what promises or what has to be paid for the old law,
Yeah.
old crimes. That's the fulfillment, means like to complete what
Okay.
is what is half left or something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And if would death be a final footstop of any law? Can anybody do anything after death?
No, he can't.
Okay, beautiful. So death will be a final footstop, right?
Right.
Okay, so now let me read this. This is what Jesus says. For truly I say to you, until heaven and earth passes away, not a small letter or stroke shall pass from the law until all is accomplished. If the law hinges on death and Jesus died, has the law been accomplished?
Yes.
Beautiful. So anything after that, Jesus still wouldn't be expecting us to follow the old law, right?
Right.
On his own matter. Thank you, beautiful. Here's another thing. They said that Jesus didn't change the law. You have heard that the ancients were told, you shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be guilty before the courts. But I say to you that everyone who is angry were told, you shall not murder, and whoever murders shall be guilty before the courts. But I say to you that everyone who is angry with his brother shall be guilty before the courts, and whoever says to his brother Raka shall be guilty before the Sanhedrin. Is this a change?
Yeah, this is the change. Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, I've got some stuff for you again, because I think people think if we go with the standard of God. Another question. In a topic where, let's say, Christians will bring that Jesus is God. If we're talking about Jesus being God, would we compare him to Muhammad or Allah?
No.
Would compare him to Allah, Abi?
Yeah, you will. When you are saying he's God, yeah, you are comparing him to be like Allah, maybe, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, does it make sense to compare a God to a human being? And especially on standards, the excuses that people are
No, no,
going
no.
to make. It
No.
doesn't, right?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
Okay, so then bringing up Jesus being God doesn't make any sense inside of this topic just now. So I got something for you, right? So the green chief. So inside of the Bible, Jesus said that he said that anyone who harms an innocent child, right, or causes a child to sin, and divorce is also a sin under the eyes of Jesus, should tie himself with a rope and throw himself inside of the sea. And he says, put a tire. So, tires usually drag people down. He says that they should put them tie. Okay, beautiful. And on top of it, there's a place inside of the Bible where he counts a 12-year-old as a child. Under Jesus's command that he gave, Muhammad, who is said to have taken a 6-year-old for marriage, and then married her and then consummated the marriage when she was 9. If Jesus was around, would he have expected Muhammad to tie himself and throw himself inside of the sea?
Yes, he did. He must have. Yeah.
Beautiful. Would Jesus command anyone to divorce little children, not to talk about marrying them?
No, no, no.
Okay,
Divorce was abomination. Yeah.
Exactly. He said he literally spoke against divorce, right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Another standard. Let's see. Jesus said to the people, right? He said that when you're with your enemies, that you should walk 10 miles with them. You should pray for your enemies. Muhammad came and gave a law that anybody who do something to you, you do to them, an eye for an eye. Who would you follow?
Oh, that exactly for the same reason, Christ here.
Christ Jesus, thank you very much. Christ also establishes fighting for justice. He also speaks about going out there and helping the poor and helping the widow, right? That's good for the community, Abby.
Yeah.
Okay. Muhammad taught this, that one time he had 2 black slaves in his hand. And then somebody ran to him and said that they wanted to join Islam because their master was being harsh to them. Muhammad sold 2 black slaves for the price of that one person to be freed. Would you follow such a person?
What did Muhammad did? Sorry, can you? Muhammad
He sold 2 black people into the hands of a slave master that was very strict for the price of one person that wanted to join Islam. Would you?
That's a wrong, no, that's a wrong thing.
That's a very wrong thing, Abby.
Yeah, that's a wrong thing. Yeah.
Okay. There's another case. You see inside of the Bible. You remember the time when the witnesses, because I don't have enough time. Actually, I can ask for extra 5 minutes. So there's a case like this, right? Inside of the Old Testament, right? It says that if you're going to stone somebody, especially like, let's say if 2 people are committed inside of the act of adultery, you're supposed to bring the man and the woman to stone them. In the case of Jesus's case, right? The bunch of people in front, they brought only the woman, but they said that they witnessed this woman in the act. Mm-hmm. When Jesus was speaking, was he speaking about abolishing stoning, or would he have spoken about their hypocrisy on the fact that this woman was the only one that was being accused, but the man that was supposed to come, they didn't bring him? Would he not be speaking about their hypocrisy?
Yeah, he was speaking about hypocrisy. Yes.
Exactly. Hence why he said, "Ye who are without sin, cast the first stone." Because according to the command, if you're supposed to stone somebody, you're supposed to bring both of them. If they don't bring them, then this now means that they're sinning against the command, right?
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. In Muhammad's case, there was a woman who ran to Aisha and she said that, her husband has been beating her since because she no longer wants to sleep with him, that she found somebody else that she wants to marry, and she believes that her husband is an infidel because while they've been together, he's been unable to give her children. This woman came with her arms green as heck and bruises all over her face. Guess what Muhammad said? Mm-hmm. The man brought two other kids and said, look, oh, I can have children. Muhammad now said, before this woman can divorce this man, this woman has to go and sleep with that man to see whether he can give her children before letting her go. Would you follow such a person?
No.
Okay. Let's also
Tiger.
yes.
Tiger. So, please
Okay.
don't put me in a spot where I come out like I'm against Muslims or.
No, you don't have to be. Look. Excuse me. The confidence. Could you give us 5 more minutes? 5 more minutes before we finish. And the person that's asking for evidence, I can bring it to you. Let me get it. I'll bring it after. The confidence. Is anyone there to give us 5 minutes? Oh wait, the chief, you have mod. Thank you.
Yeah. Let me give
Thank you very much. So, Chief,
I'll give
the
you.
reason why I'm saying this, yeah, Chief, usually Christianity, you hear people criticizing the Old Testament because the Old Testament is able to be read, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever hear a lot of people bringing out Islam as a criticism on certain things inside of Islam?
No.
Apart from okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's easier to criticize Christianity than it is to criticize Islam?
Yeah, so that's again the same thing is like in Christians are more liberal in, and they are easy. They can take criticism. While my experience is like okay, outside this panel, I have seen like they can be very problematic. You know what? If I had a recent experience. What happened is I was in a restaurant and I was there. So I was smoking shisha, and then we was talking just simple. Then this guy who was he's an Islamic guy, and then he was filling my shisha in my this thing, and then one of my friends said that this guy does not believe in God. So this guy, he was like, he looks me like as I'm a devil, and he like just start praying there and saying, oh my God, they are doing blasphemy and all those things. Like he was like, he got really fanatic about this thing. Like, how can somebody not believe in God? Like this guy is
Exactly.
not believing in God. And then I have to tell him, no, he's just joking. I believe in God. Just be normal. Then he shake my hand. Then he said, Assalamu alaikum. I say, Walaikum assalam. Then he calmed down. Otherwise, he got like, he almost get fits. So what I'm seeing is like the way the system of Islam, sometimes it can make people like much more attached, or there are apologetic Christians, but every Islamic follower is apologetic. You understand what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah. And this is the point. For Christianity, right? What's the most a Christian would do? Would a Christian come and be condemning you, or do we just stand on the streets and say, "Come and find Christ"? Would a Christian come into your face while you're saying "I know," saying "No, you are bad, you're gonna go to hell"? Or do we not just the most we'll do is stand inside of the streets and tell people to repent, for the kingdom of God is near? Abi?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen in, let's just talk about 2026. Have you ever seen Christians advocating for the unaliving of a bunch of people?
No, never.
Okay, beautiful. I've got something for you, sir, and I want you to read it because people said I'm not bringing any evidence. So I'm gonna bring one of the evidences, and then I'm gonna look for the other one, and then probably later on I'll bring it up because it's gonna take me some time to bring that. So sir, if you could make me a little bit bigger, please.
I think that only host can do, and he's not here. Host is here.
Oh, okay. If somebody could make me bigger, sorry. Then I want you. Can you see the screen?
Yeah.
Could you read this for us, please?
I can't read it. I'm not wearing my glasses.
Okay, so let me read it. There came a slave and pledged allegiance to Allah's apostle on migration. He, the holy prophet, did not know that he was a slave. Then there came his master and demanded him back. Whereupon Allah's apostle said, "Sell him to me." And he bought him for 2 black slaves. And he did not afterwards take allegiance from anyone until he had asked him whether he was a slave or a free man. Sir, did I lie just now about what I said?
No, you did not.
Oh, okay, I didn't lie, meaning I have the evidence. Okay. And upon that, you would still say, as we've read the evidence, Sha, that this is a cruel thing to do. Abi?
Yeah, this is the cruel thing to do. Doesn't matter what was the backstory. For me, like
Beautiful.
sometimes people will say that there is a backstory to that, but I don't care why you will trade. Why you will trade if you buy the original slave. For me, if I'm Muhammad, instead of trading my slaves, I will give him my wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
I
One last thing I'll ask you. There was this woman that was insulted. She insulted Prophet Muhammad over and over again. And then somebody got her husband, actually her slave master, got a dagger and punched this woman inside of the belly on a life, and the baby came out. Would you expect that from a follower of Muhammad?
no, I will not accept from any humans doing that. It's not good thing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tiger. Anshu, are you there? Cold answers.
I'm here. I know you are in a very tight corner and a very funny situation.
Anshu, my brother, how are you?
Very, very funny. I know you are in a very, very, very funny situation. You know? Okay. You know what I see from Christians? It's very, very funny to me. I want you to be the judge here. They compare Paul with Jesus. Because when Jesus said in Matthew that I have not come to destroy or abolish the law of the Old Testament. From the horse mouth, he said he did not come to abolish the law of the Old Testament. He said, in fact, I came to fulfill them. I came to fulfill it. And he said, whoever breaks a little of that law shall be the least in the kingdom of heaven. These Christians run away from the Old Testament like a tiger. You know how fast tiger is? No, it's very funny to me. Can you do the judge here? Jesus said the Old Testament, he did not come to abolish anything, which means the people that came after him trying to abolish the law of the Old Testament, who should we follow, Paul or Jesus? Who's Chief?
No, so Anshu, the way I understand because I had this conversation with Tiger just right now. So the way I understand her, I might be wrong again, but the way I understand is like I give you an example. If there is a house to build and it is half built, if I'm finishing that house and making it complete,